Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is day 4 of the Girlfriend's Guide to Traveling Virtual Travel Expo. Thank you for joining us today. I wanted to give you a quick recap. We have been going live every day starting from Monday till today at 4 p.m. with different suppliers featuring different destinations and itineraries. In case you missed anything, you might want to go back and watch replays. But just a quick recap, Monday we spoke with Globus and Monograms on escorted and guided tours featuring Italy. Tuesday, we took you down the river on Ama Waterways River Cruise on the French Riviera, and we took a look at the essence of Provence, Burgundy and Provence to be exact. Yesterday, we went on a cruise. We went on board Royal Caribbean to the Mexican Riviera, and today we're flipping the script and we are taking you to the beautiful Turks and Caicos and featuring Beaches Resort. And joining me today, I have Richard Sandoval, Business Development Manager. He has been with Sandals and Beaches for over 4 years. And quick fun fact, Richard has been to every Sandals and Beaches resort. Are you jealous? I know I am. Join me in welcoming Richard Sandoval. Thank you, Richard, for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Anna. I appreciate the lovely introduction. And truth be told, she's right. I have the hard job of visiting every single Sandals and Beaches resort. And you know, today we're actually going to have the privilege of speaking about one of my favorite resorts, and that is actually Beaches, Turks, and Caicos.
Yes, I'm excited to get started, but really quick before we get started, I just want to ask the audience a question. So it's almost the weekend. And, you know, if you're like me, you work hard and you're patiently waiting for the weekend and a chance to go to a place like we're going to visit today. So if you're ready to go on vacation somewhere like we're going to experience today, give me a thumbs up in the chat. All right, we're ready to go. So take it away, Richard.
Okay, so you know what they always say? They always say that a video talks a million words. So, you know, before I actually talk a little bit about Beaches, Turks, and Caicos, I actually want to share a short video of the resort and kind of what they're looking forward to.
Yes, fun. I love videos.
This is Grace Bay, one of the most incredible stretches of beach known to man. The watercolor is indescribable. Its sand is like powder. And set in the sweetest spot on Grace Bay is Beaches, Turks, and Caicos. Last of the true exotics, first for families. Here, anything's possible when everything's included. Beaches, Turks, and Caicos is 4 distinct resorts in one. The Caribbean Village, the French Village, the Italian Village, and the Key West Village. The Caribbean Village is an oceanside sanctuary that offers an authentic Caribbean experience, complete with 2 signature pools, endless tropical gardens, and a stretch of beach that is sure to blow your mind. And we designed spacious suites with families in mind, like this Caribbean 2-bedroom luxury butler villa suite.
Wow.
The French Village combines the gardens of Versailles with the charm of Provence. Stately manors from all the French provinces surround a courtyard with lush tropical flowers. And at the center of it all, la pièce de résistance, a pool of unmatched beauty. Enjoy the elegantly detailed magnificence of this French Village 1-bedroom concierge suite, or this French Village 3-bedroom concierge suite. The Italian Village blends the architecture of Tuscany with the luxury of the Italian Riviera. Grand towers with ocean views rise above the most incredible pool of the Caribbean, and rows of boutiques and specialty shops line the streets leading into a piazza. You'll love being pampered in this beautifully detailed Italian beachfront penthouse 2-bedroom butler family suite, or Italian beachfront 2-bedroom butler family suite. Key West Village is laid back and welcoming, just like, well, Key West, of course.
Wow, this is luxury.
Charming wooden houses nestled in palm groves. This is Hemingway's Key West. Enjoy the laid-back, eternal summer vibe of this Key West ocean view 4-bedroom Butler Villa residence. Ooh la la! Ooh la la!
Making me hungry.
Beach's 5-star global gourmet, you can enjoy 21 restaurants featuring culinary delights from around the world. And it's all included and unlimited. Wake up to fresh pastries and cappuccino at the cafe. Looking for a snack? Grab a fresh baked brick oven pizza from Tito's. How about a trip to Scooters? 10-ounce ribeye to 7:30 cents. Some obvious finest. Dinner those Japanese or restaurant sensation. Jerk Shack.
That looks delicious.
It is.
Our video's messing up a little bit.
Shakes for the kids.
That definitely looks like a good time.
So that was my quick short video. And I know for those of you that have not had dinner yet, you're probably just as hungry as I am now.
Yeah, I mean, I love that the 5 different villages are amazing. So you get to pick when you book your vacation with Beaches, Turks, and Caicos, which one of the villages you want to stay in. And I love that they're different themes. So does the food kind of go with the theme of the village? And
Kind of like you will see that the French restaurant will definitely be at the French village. The Jerk Shack will be towards the Caribbean village. So you will kind of see that the theme will go with where the villages are located at. But truth be told, with 23 different dining options, there's restaurants everywhere.
yes, that's amazing. You can just stay at the resort. You don't have to leave the whole week you're there, right?
You literally don't have to leave. And in fact, you know, there's so much at Beaches, Turks, and Caicos. I mean, you could be there, as they said, for 2 weeks and you probably still won't do it all. Literally, the hardest decision you'll have to make is to try to figure out where to eat next.
I love that. So this is definitely a 5-star luxury resort vacation. And I know you're going to get to it, but a lot of inclusions, which is fantastic. So you don't have to worry about added this and that on your vacation. So I'm excited to learn more about it. I did forget to mention to everybody that's watching live, you're going to want to stay to the end because we have a special show promotion only available to those of you that are watching live. So if you are watching live, type the word live in the comments and stay to the end because there is a special promotion. And as I mentioned in the previous presenters during the week, we've had special promotions every day this week. So if you hadn't had a chance to see one of the videos, go back and watch it because there's special promotions every day. But stay to the end today because we have a good one.
Preferably, if you're able to log on to the Zoom link, that would be best to be able to track on how we could get to that promotion. Okay, guys? That would be best. Okay, so I know Anna already gave a huge introduction about who I am, but as you mentioned, my name is Richard Sandoval. I'm the business development manager for Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Most people have heard the name of Sandals. Well, guess what? Beaches is exactly like Sandals Resorts, except for it is for everyone. It is the most inclusive resort that's out there. So at the end of the day, our resorts are here to bring everybody closer together, whether it's families, whether it's groups, whether it's a girlfriend's getaway, or whether it's 2 people in love that would like to travel. I mean, truth be told, our resorts are literally for everybody when we are talking about beaches resorts. And you'll see that throughout the presentation that I cater to this one a little bit more towards adults, but yes, there are things here for the entire family as well.
Wonderful.
So let's talk about what beaches resorts actually includes. As you can see here, the list is long, so bear with me. Keep in mind at beaches resorts, and particularly beaches Turks and Caicos, we actually have the complimentary transfers that will pick you up from the airport and take you down to the resort.
If I may interrupt you really quickly, sorry, Richard, but we're not seeing your PowerPoint.
Oh, you're not seeing it?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
My apologies.
Let me do this. Screen share. Let me bring it back up. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So I'll go back one just in case. Okay, so as I mentioned beforehand, beaches resorts is again the perfect getaway for everyone, whether it's families, couples, best friends, groups, girlfriends getaway. And in fact, every year we actually have a girlfriend's getaway trip that goes around the October timeframe, and it gives us extras. I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about that later because it happens every year and you have to be quick whenever you book it. But no worries, Anna, we can always create a whole group on them and still try to get them some of the amazing amenities that they deserve.
Awesome.
So as we talk about beaches resorts, we mentioned that there's a lot of inclusion. So here's to name a few. Again, there's going to be the direct transfers that are going to be able to pick them up from the airport to take them down to the resort and vice versa, from the resort back to the airport. So no worries, they don't have to worry about that. Of course, we're going to include complimentary Wi-Fi.
Oops, sorry about that.
And of course, we're going to include complimentary Wi-Fi at every single one of our resorts. And for those of you that like to be fit, even while you're on vacation, I know we're eating and drinking, we don't talk about fitness, but we do have our live fitness center, and which is a full-on gym that has all the live fitness gear. And of course, if you want to just relax and cater down, we do have our Red Lane Spa, where we can do all sorts of
Sign
spa
me up for
amenities.
that, Richard. Sign me up for that. I mean, I know we have a lot of wellness travelers, a lot of lady travelers that are adventure travelers. So I love some of the stuff that I'm seeing here on the screen. And of course, we all want to be pampered. So it's nice to hear about the spa treatments that are available.
So one of the beautiful hints regarding the spa is those that listen to me talk today, as long as they're on the Zoom session and book a club or butler level room for 6 nights or longer, then they can qualify for up to a $250 spa credit. Hint, hint.
Oh, nice. Nice tease.
Right. So as we continue to talk about our inclusions, keep in mind, this is a family-friendly resort. So yes, we do have things that do cater towards the teens or tweens or even guys like me. So we have an Xbox lounge, and we have a whole trench town where we can play pool, you can play air hockey, some of those different games. I like playing pool myself, so even those two sections you'll see me in. Of course, at Beaches Resort, when we talk about a 5-star luxury resort, we have the most luxurious accommodations. And this goes for families of all sizes, whether it's just 2 in a room or you're looking for 15 people all to fit in a single room, we can do that. We also have different partnerships.
Sorry about that. So if girls are traveling together, like you mentioned, the group, they can get one of the family suites and share.
Oh yeah.
Or the luxury 15% could be for like a retreat or a special occasion type of event.
Oh yeah, in fact, one of the key, room categories that I'm gonna show you later on is actually our 4-bedroom Key West Butler Village. And the beautiful thing about that, it sleeps up to 14 individuals inside that one room, and they have butler service, and they have their own private pool.
You'll see elevated, luxury, but elevated.
Definitely elevated. When we talk about 5-star luxury resort, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that, again, we're for everyone. So we do have different partnerships, like we do partnership with Sesame Street for the kids, so that way they are entertained. But we also partner with Patty, because we, especially at Turks and Caicos, which is the #2 dive spot in the world, diving is included as long as you're Patty certified.
Nice.
Again, I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about that later. We also have unlimited water sports, which I'm gonna go over the entire list. But keep in mind that at Beaches Turks, we have 3 different categories of service: luxury, concierge, and of course our butler elite. And at Beaches Turks and Caicos, we have the largest, I believe it's a 4,400 square foot water park. So there are water slides there, a surf simulator, and you'll be able to find a lazy river. I know I kind of brushed over that on the video, but again, you'll see a little bit about it. So keep in mind that at Beaches Turks and Caicos, not only is it 5-star global gourmet dining, but we truly want to take you on a culinary trip so you can dine around the world. You saw some of the restaurants that we showed you, just like here, where you have Kimonos, which is a teppanyaki restaurant. We have Soy, which is the authentic sushi. And when I talk about sushi, it's not just a California roll or here's a little bit of tuna. No, you can actually order up to 6 different types of sashimi and up to 16 different types of rolls. And if you're like me, it wouldn't be a sushi restaurant unless there's sake.
Right.
But again, there are 22 unique restaurants on a resort. So you go anywhere from Italian cuisine, French cuisine, the Jerk Shack, which is authentic jerk chicken, Caribbean cuisine, steakhouses. I mean, truly, the list just goes on. I could be here all day talking about food. So some of which,
Yeah, you probably can't, like you said, you probably can't get to every restaurant in 1 week.
no, unless you're like me and you dine at 3 restaurants for dinner a night.
Well, you're young, you can still do that.
So my journey is I do an appetizer at one restaurant or all the appetizers. Then I'll do an entree at another restaurant and I'll have dessert at another. That's kind of my dining jersey.
Nice insider tip.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Well, if you want to try all 22, you got to do it somewhere. So again,
Yeah, you have to figure out how to do
you're gonna
it.
find Café de Paris, which is our French cuisine, mariachi, which is Mexican cuisine, Neptune, seafood cuisine, stewfish, Caribbean cuisine, soy, I've already talked about this, and of course the Cricketers Pub. Now the Cricketers Pub is really nice because if you want to go for late night flavors or finger foods, you can do that and hang out by the bar. It's a really fun time. But keep in mind, because we offer so many restaurants at our resort, we actually have a culinary concierge at every single one of our resorts, especially Beaches and Caicos. Because that way, if you have any food allergies or any sort of dietary restrictions, Anna, you let us know about your clients, and we will make sure that that they'll be situated and everything will be taken care of for them.
I love that because we do have clients with every need and desire. So the fact that you guys can accommodate anyone's special needs or requests is amazing.
And it's literally any special needs as far as dietary restrictions. No problem. Nothing is too big of an ask. You just got to let us know ahead of time, especially if it's something major.
Got it.
Okay, so keep in mind, with our 23 different dining options, we offer premium brand liquors. Yes, you heard it, premium brands, none of this watered down liquors or any of that stuff. It is always going to be here at Beaches, Turks and Caicos, and you have up to 14 bars at the resort. I challenge you, find all 14 bars.
Get all 22 restaurants and hit all 14 bars. There you go. Now, my friend Nicole is watching, and she is actually a scuba diver. And so I love that you touched on the fact that it's the #2 spot in the world for scuba diving.
Well, Nicole, stay tuned. Since you're a scuba diver, I have a couple next slides that you're going to absolutely love. Okay, so stay tuned. Now, keep in mind that we have so many different types of rooms and suites designed with families in mind or large groups. So whether you want to have the butler service, of course, where they could cater to all your wants, needs, and to anticipate some of the things that you may need. So if you're doing a girlfriend's getaway, they can anticipate that, hey, maybe they got to refill that bottle that's been in the room, that's been empty for, 24 hours.
Or fill up the bar up, right?
Or fill up the bar, or bring you any sort of appetizers, food, or anything while you're hanging out at the beach or in your villa. These are something that the butlers will go above and beyond to be able to do. Because remember, we want to be able to pamper you while you're here at Beaches Resorts. So keep in mind, there's unlimited ways to have more fun at Beaches Resorts. And let's talk about a few. So we have our Pirates Island Water Park. As I mentioned, Beaches Turks and Caicos has the largest water park of the entire chain, where we have a surf simulator, We have many different water slides. And let me tell you, it's not just fun for the kids. Every time I'm at beaches, Turks and Caicos, I go down every single water slide. This is the one for the little kids that are like yay big.
They'll kick you off that one, Richard.
I'm like taller than that water slide. I should not be.
They're like, sorry.
But we also have plenty of water sports for everyone of all ages. Whether you want to go stand-up paddleboarding, whether you want to go kayaking, whether you want to go on the Hobie Cats. We also have the banana boats. Water skiing is allowed at our resorts as well. And of course, snorkeling. But it's not just a regular snorkel where it's like, here's the gear, go on the beach and find some fish. Not at beaches resorts. We are a 5-star luxury resort company. What that means is we'll actually take anybody that wants to go snorkeling, we'll take them on our nude and dive boats, and we'll take them to the surrounding reefs that are close to our resort, so that way they could get an authentic snorkel experience. Because
Nice.
who wants to be right there by the beach where there may not be any fish? You want to have that authentic experience and truly see that marine aqua life. Now, the best way to do that, Nicole, you're right. The best way to truly do that is by doing our included scuba diving with our water sports. Now, let me tell you, as long as you're PADI or NAUI certified, then yes, scuba diving is included. Now, for those of you that are listening to me, that's like, oh my God, I want to go scuba diving. He keeps talking about it. Keep in mind, yes, we could do a beginners discover scuba diving course here at our resorts for a minimal cost. And we could get you diving at our resorts. Keep in mind, by doing Beaches Turks, that may be on your bucket list.
No, that's pretty cool. So if you go with somebody that is certified and you're not certified, you can have an opportunity to, get out there and experience the opportunity to dive.
Correct. Now, as Nicole probably knows, since she's an avid diver, our nude and dive boats are top of the line dive boats, because when it comes down to the ease of being able to put on your gear and being able to get into the water, our top of the line dive boats are where it's at. In fact, they are glass bottom boats. So if someone decides I can't go scuba diving, no problem. They can still see the marine life down below with our glass bottom boats as well. But again, we are here to take care of every single individual. That being
Nicole
said,
had a quick question. Hold on, let me
Okay.
grab it. She wanted to know, is it a 2-tank dive per day?
so we do the 1-tank dive, but if you're an avid scuba diver like yourself, then yes, we can do a 2-tank dive, or you could go diving twice that day. One in the early morning and then one in the afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. So keep in mind, I know I'm talking about all of our different water sports. Well, let's say you don't want to do scuba diving. No problem. There's plenty of other things to do. In fact, we talked about these lovely Hobie Cats. Well, this is actually where you can actually learn how to sell these Hobie Cats, so you don't have to have one of our staff with you. Now, if you
Oh, that looks fun.
oh, trust me, they're a lot of fun. And if you get some good wind, woo, you can get some speed under it. But yeah, you can take yourself, your friends, and I actually learned how to do this. If you go in the early morning, they'll teach you how to do it yourself as well.
Awesome.
Now, we've talked about all the daytime activities, the beach activities, the pool activities, some of the different land sports like beach volleyball, pool tables, basketball. We have giant chessboards. But let's go and talk about our nightly entertainment. Well, at Beaches Resorts, we have a themed night for every single day of the week. It may be Caribbean or reggae night where they do a large beach party. Or it may be a white night where you want to dress elegantly in your nice whites and then be able to do chocolate, hors d'oeuvres, some champagne, things like that on the beach. Or they're just going to have a lot of fun and possibly bring some fire dancers, guys in stilts. And let me tell you, the list goes on, but I can't give away all the fun because you got to wait to get to Beaches Turks to be able to experience it for yourself. Now, we talked a little bit about this early. As far as our special treat, you have to be on the Zoom session. So Nicole, make sure you're on the Zoom session, please. But keep in mind that at Beaches Resorts, we want to be able to pamper you as well. So you see a lot of ladies here, and that's because they are at our Red Lane Spa, where you get your manis, your pedis, or you can do a full-on therapeutic massage. In fact, my favorite, whenever I take my wife, is always the couples massage. Her and I will be in the room, and I'm not gonna lie, I tend to fall asleep after the first 10 minutes, but I'm just so relaxed at that point.
Yeah, you
Yes,
gotta
this is
pamper
definitely
yourself
something
when
you
you're
want
on
to do.
vacation, right, Richard? And this
Oh,
is
you have
perfect
to
for,
every vacation.
yeah, this is perfect for a ladies retreat, right? So if you're in a group, can you arrange some special things with the spa if you're in
Oh,
on a group
100%.
trip?
100%. And in fact, that BFF trip where we do the girlfriend's getaway, we can actually accumulate different group options where they can include a lot of different spa treatments.
Oh, so they can pick the amenity that they want.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And the spa treatments could be some of it depending on how large the group is.
Got it. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Now, keep in mind that, oh, by the way, Anna, going back to this, there's a lot of things that are pre-booked as well when you do the spa. So let's say it's not within the group, but they all want to do it. You can actually customize a full itinerary to at a price point where it will include a lot of the treatments for them as well.
Okay, and so you can arrange this stuff in advance or with the concierge service when you arrive at the resort.
You definitely want to do it in advance. The worst thing that can happen is, let's say you want to do your spa treatment day 1 or day 2 and they're fully booked. So you always want to try to do it in advance as much as possible.
And that's one of the benefits of booking through a travel agent, because we can get that stuff taken care of for you in advance. So you just get there and it's party time or relaxing
100%.
time, whatever you want to do.
100%, 100%. Now, keep in mind, we do partner with a company called Island Routes, because we do want to make sure that when you're there, if you want to go out and about and you want to do different activities, you can. We don't just want you to stay on resort, as fabulous as our resorts are. We do want you to explore the island, get to know some of the locals and things like that. And you can do that with our Island Routes Caribbean Adventures, also operated by Sandals.
Nice.
Now, keep in mind, Beaches Resorts, it is here to bring everyone closer together. So now that I've talked to you about beaches as a whole, and most importantly, Beaches Turks, I'm gonna slightly dive into the resort itself, talking about the beautiful, powdery, soft, white sands and clear turquoise waters of Beaches Turks and Caicos, which is the ultimate.
Take me away, let's go.
Now, keep in mind, at Beaches Turks and Caicos, this is one of the best top 2 beaches I have ever been to. Not beaches as a resort, but beaches as far as the sand, the water. I mean, it is so clear that you could be up to your neck in the water, and ladies, you can still see your beautiful nail polish in the water. That is how amazing and how clear and turquoise this water is. So, as we talked about beaches as a whole, this is our lovely resort. So you can see it is a very large resort, and depending on where you want to be at, that's where you're going to want to choose which village, because the Key West village is going to be over here to the left-hand side. Caribbean and the French are going to be towards the back. And of course, we have our seaside village that is going to be, of course, right next to the sea. So depending on where you want to be located in the resort, definitely talk to Anna, and she can always help you out with exactly that. Now, here are the 5 villages. We already shared it with you once, but here it is again. Caribbean and Seaside Village is a garden oasis with a seaside view. Our Italian village is that old world charm with a tropical twist. Key West Village is that casual elegance, that laid back lifestyle, and personally my favorite village. And then we have French Village, which is a Caribbean paradise with a quaint French accent.
Wonderful. And you've have you stayed in several of these different villages? Because I know you mentioned that you've been to every every resort.
I've gotten to stay in the French Village, which was further from the beach. And I was lucky enough to one time stay in the Key West Village, where I swear I had a whole house just to myself. It was amazing.
Nice perk there, Richard.
Someone's got to do it, right?
Oh,
That's what I would say. Someone's got to do it. Now, the reason why I kind of stopped on here a little bit is because even though it only shows one pool here, at Beaches Turks, there, I believe, are 6 different pools to choose from. And some of them are more quieted pools where there's not a lot of noise. Some of them have all the action where you're playing pool volleyball, you're at the pool, swim up pool bar, and you're just having a blast. But you can always find your nice quiet area. It's no worries. And of course, we talked about the water park. It's several times now, but it is. I've personally tried the surf simulator. I've fallen, but it's fun. And of course, every single one of the water slides I have personally done, and I will continue to do over and over and over again. So earlier I talked about this particular room because, you know, girlfriend's getaway might be a large group, or of course a large family or reunion or work trip, whatever you may want to do. This Key West beachfront 4-bedroom Butler Villa residence with your private pool sleeps up to 14 individuals comfortably, and you have that private butler service and your own private pool. What more do you need? And it's right there. It's actually, this particular room is very close to the beach. So keep in mind, I've talked about multiple times, but at Beaches, Turks, and Caicos, there are 23 different dining options available. Again, I'm gonna say that again because that is just unheard of with any other resort company that's out there. And I even challenge Anna to find another resort that has 700 and change rooms that has 23 dining options. Because truth be told, I've been in the travel industry 7 years. I've worked for Sandals for 4, and I still have not found another resort that has 700 and change rooms with 23 different dining options. But of course, when you're talking about a 5-star luxury resort company like Beaches, this is what you truly deserve.
Absolutely. You want good food, nice accommodations, a lot of things to do, and like VIP treatment.
Oh yeah. Now, some of the new things that we've done here is we've actually added 2 like food trucks. One of them is called Mr. Mac, the Mac Daddy of mac and cheese. And let me tell you, you've never had lobster mac and cheese? That's something to die for. I had it about 3
Right,
years
we're here in
ago.
LA, right, Richard? So we know about food trucks.
We definitely know about food trucks, that's for sure. No, yeah, I'm born and raised in LA. So, born and raised in LA. Now, and then the second one, of course, you want to get your midnight ice cream or hanging out by the water park and you want to get your ice cream real quick, you can always go to Curls and Swirls.
And where are these located? Are they by the pool or
by the water park?
Water park, gotcha.
Yeah, they're both going to be located by the water park. But like I said, it's such a large resort that there's going to be so much for them to be able to choose from. There's going to be so much for them to be able to choose from.
Nicole the Bomb, did you catch that?
Oh, yes, Nicole the Bomb.
Shaking her head.
So that's it. I didn't want to take up too much of everybody's time. I just wanted to real quick, talk about Beaches Resorts and in particular Beaches Turks. I know the video spoke a million words more than I could ever do.
Yeah.
So,
well, before you get to the special, I do want to ask you a couple questions. One, how far in advance should people book? Because this looks like a place that's booking up quickly. So, and I think you and I looked at some availability for next summer, and they're already, not that many rooms available with those 720. So how far in advance should somebody book?
I'll be honest with you, minimum a year in advance to be able to get the most availability. Our peak season is during summer because, that's when all the kids are out of school. I always like traveling to Turks in October. That's my favorite time of the year to go to Turks. The weather's great. They don't normally have a chance of a hurricane, Mother Nature's Mother Nature. But October is always my favorite time to go. But you always want to try to book a year in advance. Now, those of you that are thinking about Christmas time, 2 years in advance. If I could tell you, flat out, if you're looking for this Christmas, there is no availability. So for those that are looking during the holiday time, you really want to do that as far in advance as humanly possible.
And then to book a room, you just require a deposit. Is that correct? And what is the deposit?
So the minimum deposit, you may find it online where it says $98. However, we always take the 302 within 21 days. So truth be told, it's always easier doing that 400 regular deposit. I would say that flat out across the board, that $400 deposit would be best.
Per person?
Yeah, all that, no, total for the room.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're having, doing that 4-room Butler Village at the Key West, it's still only $400 deposit.
Nice. And now with enhanced safety protocols and the enhanced cancel for any reason policy, what are Beaches policies in place right now?
Oh gosh. Well, let me tell you, Beaches or Sandals and Beaches Resorts has the best insurance and assurance policy. So not only are we giving complimentary insurance for anybody that's booking now until travel until the end of 2023, it is there for mainly covering COVID reasons. So I would still recommend purchasing additional insurance just in case it's something where you're sick or business or some other reason for traveling. But any COVID related reason, our insurance is going to cover you. And for that, going a step further, we have a assurance policy, meaning if you go down to the resort or and you test positive for COVID for whatever the reason is, we will not only cover your 14 days that you have to be quarantined there, we will also cover the stay for you being quarantined, and we will provide a new vacation, that same cost of what you had spent and lost out on.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. And then what about the enhanced protocols? Is there touchless check-in and check-out? I'm sure the resort has taken some extra enhancement in put in.
We have, and in fact, we call it our platinum protocols of cleanliness. There's a lot of things that we do differently now than we didn't do before. With the club or butler level room, it could still be a touchless check-in system. Actually, for any room category, it could be a touchless check-in system where they could pre-check in prior to arrival. If they do wait upon arrival to check in, then we do use an iPad, but they sanitize the iPad before they give it on to the next person. So it's still going to be making sure that you're taken care of. As far as the mask mandate, you don't have to wear a mask on resort unless you're in a confined space. The only spaces that are like that are the club lounge and the gift shop. Everything else, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask going into dinner or to the restaurants or anything of that sort. But you will see that there's going to be hand sanitizer all throughout the resort. And in fact, before you go into any single restaurant, they do make sure that you sanitize your hands.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And then I do have a question about solo travelers. This looks like it's a huge resort, but it's great for girlfriends and families. What about solo travelers? Is there any special room categories for solo travelers?
So when it comes to solo travelers, the way we sell our rooms, it's always going to be by the room. So if a solo traveler wants to go, of course, we have a room that has a king size bed that they could always be in. However, they are technically paying for two. So if, because it's always going to be based off of double occupancy. So if is a solo traveler going, hey, make a friend. Honestly, that's going to be my biggest advice.
So there's not a solo, there's not a special price. They'd have to pay for the base price of
because they pay for the room. And that's actually what we sell. We sell them by the room. So as far as solo traveler, they could go as high end and get in an overwater bungalow if they stayed, somewhere like that had the overwater bungalows. But it's just, truth be told, better for their pocketbook. It's always better to invite a friend because the price will always be the same.
Okay, appreciate that. And then what about group travel? You mentioned a little bit earlier that, you have a ladies group that travels in October, and it looks like you put together retreats and girlfriends getaways. And our audience today is the Girlfriend's Guide to Travel Expo or show. So it's ladies who love to travel. So what type of groups, what qualifies as a group?
Okay.
And how do they earn their amenities?
Okay. So there's a two-part answer to this question. First and foremost, there's always groups that are available. We do have that particular BFF group, which is a girlfriend's getaway group in particular. We call it a Live Plus event, as it's a group that's already pre-made, and you book into that group and you get different amenities. It's called the BFF. And there's a lot of different enhancements for the women to be able to join that group. I'll be honest, that group sells out.
So is it 5 rooms? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it 5 rooms for a group to qualify for a group if you were to book your own group?
Yeah, so if you're doing your own group, that was the next thing. If you're doing your own group, yes, it's a minimum of 5 rooms. However, I always recommend trying to find that 6, because if you book during the off season, which is the end of September till December, then it's book 5 rooms and you get the 6th room free. And of course, if you book during the peak season, January to the beginning of September, then it's book 11 rooms and you get the 12th room free.
Got it. Nice. Thank you for that. And
Okay.
now I'm excited to hear our special promotion.
Okay, so special promotion, what we're able to offer, as long as you're staying on resort for 6 nights or longer in a club concierge or a butler level room, and you book within the next 7 days, we can actually offer you up to $250 spa credit. And there's a couple different options. So let's say you decided you don't want to do the spa treatment and maybe you want to go scuba diving with Nicole down here, then you can actually choose the $250 to go towards the Discover Scuba Dive program. Now keep in mind, exactly. Now, so there's a few different options. Those are the 2 that most people tend to choose, either the $250 spa or they'll go towards the Discover Scuba Dive. But there's a couple other options in there.
Nice. Well, that's a nice perk. Thank you so much. So if you want to take advantage of the perk, then you need to type the word live and let me know that you're watching live, so I can keep track of that and let Richard know that you're watching live. I know we see Nicole, so we know that Nicole's here, so you can take advantage of it. But if you want some more information on how to get to beaches, Turks and Caicos, because I know my hand's raised, I want to go, you can send me a DM and just with the word beaches, or email me at ahoy@dreamvacations.com, and we'll connect and we'll see about how to get you on your next dream vacation. So Richard, this has been great. You've covered a lot of things. Is there anything you think we missed? Anything you would like to add?
Honestly, we covered a whole bunch on here. I know I probably talked longer than I was supposed to.
Oh, well.
Quick hint, guys, guess what? I might be able to take Anna with me on my next trip to Turks and Caicos.
What?
She might be able to see firsthand what she wants to be able to have all of you guys experience. So,
maybe I'll take Nicole with me.
so I'm going to do my very best. But like I said, your professional travel advisor, Anna Hoy, might just be able to see the resort herself. Exactly. I'm trying to get some things in the works. But
Richard, I appreciate that. That's awesome, because that is the way to be able to tell your customers firsthand. This is all great, but the fact that you've been to all the Sandals and Beaches resorts, you can speak firsthand to what you're saying about going to the different restaurants and the experience that you had. And so I think that that's key for somebody like myself. And Nicole's actually Dream Vacations travel agent as well. So yeah, and a scuba diver. Now you're not going to catch me scuba diving. I'm claustrophobic. I know that's so fun. I'll be like panicking. Get me out of here, Nicole.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I will watch Nicole.
I'm not gonna lie, scuba diving is not for everybody. On my recent vacation, I tried taking my wife, completely freaked out underwater, but she also got motion sickness. So she got down, all the way down, and then she immediately had to go all the way back up.
Well, you know what? She went for it though. She tried. Now, did you do the scuba? You scuba dived?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
well, awesome, Richard. Well, I appreciate it. You've answered some great questions. I'm just looking at my notes to see if there's anything I missed, and I think you covered everything. So I just want to thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure getting to meet you virtually, and hopefully we'll meet in person soon. And thank you for watching day 4 of the Girlfriend's Guide to Traveling Virtual Travel Show. And come back tomorrow for day 5, where we are going to take you to Breathless Resorts in Cancun, Mexico. So see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching day 4. Enjoy the rest of your day.